Howdy everyone, this is the journey of Broken to Bulkin, only on Hackers Prime. Currently we are 3 hours away from abdominal hernia surgery, and I figured I'd give you some of my thoughts on said abdominal hernia. Before we go any further, I'm going to show you what hernia we're talking about and the hernia in question. Bam, you can see the scar. So, initially, the hernia came from the accident, coming up on the 3-year anniversary of my accident, January 25th, 2021. They're finally getting to the point where I can get this abdominal hernia fixed. I've been dealing with this since I've been recovering from the accident. Just to give you a brief overview, we rolled an F-250 about 300 feet into a field, walked approximately 50 feet from that accident, collapsed face down in the snow, and I was found by an officer. They transported me and reconstructed me. I was in a coma for a month. Needless to say, I'll give you more details on that story on another video, the accident specifically, that is. But this hernia is a result from that accident. There are multiple broken bones and a whole slew of things that deserves its own video. So I got a little script here. This is my first time doing this, so bear with me. It actually formed during physical therapy while I was getting better from the accident, learning how to walk again. So I had broke so many bones and so many organs were mangled up inside of me. It was right around the time I was learning how to just stand up again. And one of the times I had stood up, I felt a little tear in my abdomen wall. It was like a burning sensation. I didn't think much of it, but then it was like a golf ball size bump at first, and it's gradually got bigger as my abdominal wall tore more. And then of course you see me working out, and all the belts that I was wearing, they would keep me relatively together, but needless to say, the damage was done because that initial time they had to cut me open here, that big scar that you've seen, they had to cut me open and stuff me full of packing, keep my organs in place when they were transferring me between the trauma center and the hospital. But that's where it originated from. So let me see what else I got on there. Things that the hernia has hindered me from. Hindered me from doing any kind of ab crunches. Most things that involve your core, that require your abdomen, just completely out of the picture. Did not so long ago, went to go do some ab crunches on the machine and tried one. It was only 100 pounds, and nope. The minute I started flexing that bad boy, wasn't having it. So I mean, for the most part, when hindrances come into the picture, it's anything that involves your abs. Do a lot of back training. I also don't have a right oblique, so my core stability, I only got my back and my left oblique to pretty much stabilize me. No right oblique. I don't know if they're ever going to be able to fix that. I might just have my organs popping out above my shattered pelvis for the rest of my life. But they're going to fix this one. So hopefully that'll give me more stability in my core, be able to do a little bit more on the lifting, of course, after we heal up. No sit-ups, no crunches, of course. When I sneeze and when I cough too hard, when I have a big sneeze, or if I'm like coughing excessively, that hurts a lot. Like I can feel the burning sensation on each sides of the hernia as it's trying to expand. So I wear my belts a lot. Not just while I'm working out, when I'm out and about sometimes when it's really painful, when I'm having a lot of pain especially, just belts on, boom, keep it all tightened up and put together. So you got all your organs in place, and they like to stay in place with no assistance. Be thankful for that. What else we got here? Before, during, and after. Big hindrance has been mentally. Because before I was a big boy, I was a big 400-pound boy. Got out of the hospital, I was only 240, 250. So then as I slowly started getting muscle, slowly started whittling off some of that fat that I had because I lost all my muscle during the coma. But as I've been losing fat progressively, the hernia has been more prominent. So seeing it from this point of view, I always still see that fat boy, still see that fat guy from this point of view. And then even when I'm wearing shirts, it just drapes over it. Still, it feels like I'm still that fat guy from before the accident, because I was a big, heavy dude for a pretty decent amount of time in my life. So it's weird to get compliments of how good I look, but when I look in the mirror, I still see that fat guy, big boy. Not only just from that, but also from the oblique, my lack of a right oblique. When my organs pop out, that love handle just looks extra. So between that and then this abdominal hernia, like, I still feel big in the midsection. I really do. So as much as I'm trying to do this whole weight loss and get in shape and get fit, I guess that's something that still kind of messes with me mentally. And I'm hoping that that's going to resolve a little bit of that. But I don't use it too much as a crutch. I see it and I know that I'm not as fat as I was, nowhere near 100 pounds fucking lighter, and almost just as strong as I was before. So I'm getting somewhere. But still, that visual is kind of deterring. What do we got here? Things I've managed. Oh yeah, the things that I've managed. You guys see my videos. If you're subscribed, you see how often I'm doing push-ups. It took me a long time to get to push-ups. It took me a long time to get to a pull-up. It took me a long time to get to the weight that I'm throwing around now, which yesterday I went and got a new, not new, but I guess, so, how do I put this? Yesterday, I did some weights. I got 225 on the bench for 3 reps. I squatted 185 for 3 reps. And then I deadlifted 255 for 2 reps. And that's the most weight I've been able to move since this accident has all happened. And hopefully those numbers can eventually go up after the healing process, because I know that the abdominal hernia here specifically hinders me on my deadlift and my squat, clearly. So hopefully those numbers can go up as long as I keep pushing. And it was a challenge to even get there through the muscular atrophy that I had. Started with a 1-pound weight when I was in physical therapy, and that was a struggle to move. So moving these bigger weights just is kind of like, oh, if I did a 1-pound weight, I can do this weight, kind of. So, mental side. Oh yeah, I gave you some cues on the mental side of things. It just reminds me, continue to be a fat boy. I'm trying to go off these notes so I don't forget. Well, yeah, working out with it. Of course, I've felt it grow as I've worked out. You can, as I was describing before, I felt the sides when they burn a lot. I can tell that's when my abdominal wall is pushing more through, and the hernia is getting a little bigger. And that's usually when I'm, call it quits, when I'm moving heavy weights and stuff. When I feel that little burn, I'll just keep. When I feel that little burn, I'll stop, assess the situation, and then I won't push anymore if the pain doesn't go away, if I notice that I'm actually feeling something that I shouldn't. But a lot of times I push myself through some pretty intense pain just to continue. Second hernia surgery, thoughts from that. Oh, yeah, you've been following me. You know that last year, not almost 2 years ago, it was October 12th, I believe, 2022, they put my colon back in place because I had my colon was not where it was supposed to be. So, needless to say, they put that back in place already. I had the blood tube. I worked out 2 days after that. So, it's not my first hernia surgery, but we'll see how this one goes. I'm getting to 10 minutes here, so we're going to be wrapping this up. It is a daily reminder of what I went through, and it's just a small part of this whole big story. And like I said, I'll make a bigger video, or another video, explaining the accident in itself and my ailments and such. But I just want everybody to remember, no matter what you're going through, you can always keep on keeping on as long as you're still breathing. So we're going to cut this short. We are just a mere 2.5 hours away from abdominal hernia surgery. Get up, get out, go do something positive for yourself, guys. Let you know, much love. Thank you for the continued support. And see you on the other side. It's all I want.